we are live. Welcome back to our channel. Well, to my channel, right? But on behalf of What's the Matter Coaching, right? The link is in my bio to go ahead and check it out. Our coaching curriculum, our coaching programs that have to do with evolution and awakening to the higher truth to allow you to live your life's purpose in alignment with creation, in alignment with the universe, awakened to your true potential. So 3 questions that we start off with when we discuss, right, and we dissect the truth with our realities, right?
You have to put it like this.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with the world?
And what is matter really? You see, these 3 questions allow us to see the current status of our reality as a collective, as humanity. What's going on with us? Why is humanity undergoing these circumstances? Why does the human being suffer? Right? All these important questions that have to do with our own path, the human experience. All these questions are this path of self-discovery. And it all falls into today's topic, which is spontaneous awakenings. Okay, so spontaneous awakenings is going to start off with, me and her conversing about what happened to you today, right?
Yes.
Because today you had a spontaneous awakening, right? You awakened to a higher truth, and it was your reality, right? Your journey showing you.
What you didn't want to face.
Yeah, well, you don't want to face by yourself. So what does reality do? What reality does is that it gives you, okay, a reaction based upon what you're sending out. So if you don't want to have an experience, if you don't want to encounter your fears, you're sending that energy out to the universe. So you're going to attract, okay, that opposite, right? You send out a negative charge, you receive a positive charge, right?
Cause and effect,
Cause
karma.
and effect, karma. You see different names. So what happened here was that she literally encountered what she was avoiding, which was standing up in her power, right? Up
Yes.
until the point where she can start to dissolve fear. A big thing that blocks us from living our purpose. Go ahead.
Yes. We're going to speak about the animals first. And
Yeah,
then
the
other
animals.
one?
Yeah, let them know about the animals, how you felt when, we encountered them,
Okay.
and what happened afterwards.
Okay.
As best as you can, right? Because it
Perfect.
was super recent, like about an hour and a half ago, right?
Okay, so we decided to go to this valley, and we encountered these bulls.
Yeah,
there
like
were
bulls, cows.
bulls and cows, and and then it was a beautiful experience. To be honest, it was a beautiful experience, and because the bulls wanted to like say hi, and
Yeah.
you see them like with the
Really
tail,
attentive, really
yes, like
attentive.
the tail, like, oh my god, like there's someone there, and then my fear stopped me like completely, to the point that the
Frozen in fear, right? You know how they say when you're about to crash in a car, you freeze, right? You're in shock. So essentially, that's what happened.
yeah, and then I sent out that energy, and the bulls, they left.
Yeah, so it's like, so I was standing here waiting for the bulls to come and to play with the bulls. And yeah, what happened was that she literally, her fear blocked away the bulls, right? So it's like one person is not co-creating with the other person, and we end up learning the lesson together, right?
Yes.
What you were experiencing. But go ahead and tell them more about.
The other part.
Yeah.
So that is part of the story. After we left, I'm not sure if I told you this part. So if not, I'm telling you now.
Mhm.
So after we left the place of the bulls, we were like walking to the car, blah blah blah, and then on the back of my mind, I wanted, that we start like dancing, and like I wanted like to turn to see one of the bulls that didn't want to come, and I was like, oh my god, the whole bulls didn't come.
Okay.
And then, anyway, so after we were almost getting to the car.
Breakdown,
I have this breakdown completely.
which also is known as spontaneous awakening, okay? These are the spontaneous awakenings that occur within our life when we're seeking more of ourselves, when we're encountering our fears, we're going within, okay?
Breakdowns are spiritual awakenings.
Mhm.
So,
In other words, right?
Yes.
Opening your mind, expanding your horizons.
And
You can-
accepting more about
accepting
yourself.
yourself, right? Accepting the truth. Okay, your consciousness, to expand your consciousness, is to become conscious of more of yourself. Meaning, how it is that you work, how it is that you operate as a human being within your reality. Because we're all here living in reality and having the human experience.
Yes. So I start crying and realizing, and then I let go completely. I went into the floor.
Like face onto the grass. All right, face onto the grass, completely submerged. Okay, I was actually curious if she was breathing, right, at one point. But that was what she was going through.
So funny.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going.
At one point, I was like, okay, I'm seeing the light. I'm seeing the light. Do you see? Do you hear me, Oscar? Oscar was like, yes, I hear you.
Yeah, so I'm here watching her on the floor, right?
That was so funny.
But I guess she's letting go so much, right, into this space that we call being, right? Being in the present moment. That you start to move higher and higher into the dimensions of those higher planes of consciousness, of those higher angelic realms, for example, closer to source, universal consciousness. All these things are different states and levels of your own progression upon your own experience and life on earth. So she had this experience where she was tapping into that white light.
Yeah.
And that in itself cleanses you, because you see this white light is symbolic of purification. Okay, the purification of your personality, so that you can start seeing all the things in your reality from a purified space, instead of from judging it from an egoic standpoint. And that's kind of what are these breakdowns, right? Because what's breaking down is going to be your personality, the person that you're tired of being, right? That's blocking you from, with fear, for example, from striving to reach your goals. And that's breaking, you're letting it go. And once you let it go, you rehabilitate with empowerment.
Feeling comfortable with the unknown.
Yeah.
Feeling comfortable in the unknownness. And so I started realizing a lot, the perspective, everything. Then at what point I just let go completely. And then I was like, Oscar, do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And Oscar was like, I hear you. So I let go. I was like, I had to let go. And I was like, okay, let go. And I was like, okay, you know what? No, I'm not going to let go. I have to stand up. And I just stand up. And I was like, no, I'm not going to let go. And at the same time, it was a realization that I made, because I'm aware that I have to let go more to be comfortable with the unknown. And
the space of stillness within ourselves, right? This space of stillness is the gateway into a higher level of intelligence. You can call it your higher self, your soul level awareness. Okay, you unlock this by surrendering so much of your personality into the present moment now.
Into the present moment now.
As you've heard made in many mindful quotes, right? Be in the moment.
And then
stay in the present moment.
You open completely
and then you
to
open
yourself.
Up, yeah, and this is how people experience that God state, God consciousness, universal consciousness, and they see beyond the veil because they let go. They're comfortable. They surrender all of themselves.
They surrender all of themselves
to that force, right? A higher power that before we weren't encountering because we were scared.
Yeah. So and that was the whole experience. Now I'm like.
So let's talk about let's talk about how you now re-engage within your life. Right? How do you now continue living your life after that experience?
After that experience is letting go more and more about
following your own advice.
Following my own advice about the experience, that you have to surrender on yourself to, if you really want to know yourself and expand your perception of yourself, and meaning opening your third eye and seeing beyond the veil. Mm-hmm. That you have to let go and surrender it all.
You see, you can see her behaviors, right? Because this is very recent. What's going within her consciousness right now is letting go and surrendering. Because those are the two things that she was not, by her own experience, doing. Because if she were doing it, she would not have had that breakdown, right? That release. Okay? Because before it looks like she was not releasing, she was not letting go, she was not surrendering. So we encounter this place of stuckness, right?
Yeah.
We're stuck not being able to be ourselves. And this conversation is to inspire within you all that whenever you encounter, okay, a portion of your life that, you know, things just go crazy, don't call yourself crazy. Why be so quick to call yourself crazy when who's the person, right? Who is that who brought forth the definition of crazy? What does that mean?
What does
right? Whose meaning are we following, right?
What is the meaning of craziness?
Yeah,
Like,
your meaning, or what is actually crazy, right? Because everything here is verifiable. There's no, oh, behind the curtain, this doesn't happen. No, it's right here in front of you. You too can have this experience.
the best example that I like to add with that you just said is the example of what it, when you go to one place and then when you go to another place and then the same word means different things.
Yeah.
And it's the best example that nothing has any meaning. It's the meaning that we
Yeah,
all give it.
the words that we use, right? Like a lot of people get offended when we talk about people being ignorant. Well, we can right now say that we are ignorant because we are ignorant to the next level, the next step of ourselves, right? And that we were once ignorant as well. All of this is happening in this current moment. And it's by watching yourself and being honest that you can see how you're not crazy, you're not getting lost in life, you just have yet to discover who you are. You have yet to discover and awaken to a higher truth of your nature. And then you can bring that forth, that knowledge, into your reality. And then you can start living your purpose. You can understand why it is that you have the sickness, the disease, the problems mentally, emotionally.
Yes.
In
And
your
it's
whole
all
entire
within
life.
you. How do you speak to yourself? How do you feel in each moment, every moment?
But who wants to do that, right? A lot of people want to
you are
avoid.
responsible. You are responsible for the energy that you bring into the room.
Yep.
You are that I heard that in I heard it.
But imagine if we're not bringing forth our attention, how are we going to catch what it is that we're bringing forth into the room? Because that requires our attention, our awareness, so we can see what it is that we're doing. And when you guys arrive at this place, right, through the sheer decision of starting this process of really awakening to a higher truth, really wanting to understand yourself so you can live in alignment with your purpose, then you're going to be able to start organizing this in your consciousness. You're going to be organizing this into your mind, and you're going to be able to move on from your current place into your desired outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so spontaneous awakenings, this is the conversation for today.
Let's see if there's any
let's see
question
any
that
questions here.
I saw people like writing.
Let's see. Amazing. So, just checking here. But yeah, and this is something that a lot of you are all probably encountering within your life. That you're going through a phase where you're feeling something different, you're thinking different thoughts, and you might associate that with, oh, I'm sick, oh, I'm stressed out. But what if there's a deeper meaning? What if you're being called forth to really discover who you are, to really find yourself, find your dream life, find your highest joy? Use this pandemic, for example, to retreat into yourself, to go within,
Yes.
to really dissect what it is that you prefer and how it is that you want to manage your reality. And you can go as deep as you want. Okay, this was just her experience and how she opened up to a higher consciousness, right? Going back home to source, surrendering all of herself and having this experience that, she's been working towards for, quite some time, of surrendering, of going through the ego, dissecting the ego, purifying, shifting perceptions.
Letting go of all the belief systems.
Yeah, belief systems, attachments.
Attachments.
These things are those that keep us hinged, right? Keep us stuck in our human belief systems. These things hold us down. So if we are grounded so much in our belief systems, then we're stopping that growth, that natural evolution that's right in front of us.
You block yourself from yourself.
You block yourself from yourself because we've been taught otherwise. So it's kind of backwards. So what we have to do is just let go. When we start letting go, right, her lesson, right, which was letting go and surrendering.
Letting go and surrender.
Magic can come just from that. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, just try your best to evaluate. How can I better let go and surrender? And maybe that this circumstance is not happening to me, but that it's happening for
For
me.
me.
And I dare you to go ahead and try to find a way that your reality is actually having your back. Use this as a technique to go deeper into a deeper state of consciousness, into a deeper perception, and just watch the magic. See what you find when you start bringing this level of inquiry into your everyday experience. All right, so that's that little short live, right, for Saturday. No one came on to chat today.
Oh yes, there were people
Yes,
like
you did.
chatting there.
I wait to hear some people. Awesome. So, a couple people said hi. Nice.
I was checking here and I couldn't see it.
But overall, that's a wrap up. So hope you enjoyed this video. And this is all part of the process. Today we're just talking about spontaneous awakenings. And in our next video, we're going to discuss something else in relation to your everyday experience. Because we want this to be a conscious conversation. Two individuals, you as an individual watching us, speak about normal things. But within the normal, there's depth. Within the
Yes.
normal, there's truth. And within your experience, you have access to find all the answers you're looking for. So I dare you to come online, all right?
Yeah.
Next week, Wednesday, for our next
Wednesday
live.
at
Okay?
6 p.m.
At 6
next
p.m.
week.
Stay tuned. Let's
See you in
evolve.
the next. Bye.